What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I am your host, Ed Honcho. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to chop it up with you today. If you don't know, we go live every night, 10 p.m. Central, and we actually started today live at 10 a.m. Central. So den at 10, remember that. Catch us live. You can call in on the den line, share your thoughts on the live stream with the denizens, the den folk. Today we're going to get into a conversation, man. And if you don't know, I think I said I'm Ed Honcho. Yeah, I did. I don't know. It's on the hat, so you should know. Anyway, we're going to get into a conversation. Is this modern day racism? Is this, are they against those rappers? You know, what's going on? I was trying to use the Bone Thugs live from back in the day. We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those thugs. Is that what's going on with Meek Mill, man? We're going to talk about it because Meek says it's racism. Sean King retweeted it, said it's racism, or IG'd it, whatever. You know, I don't give a fuck what Sean King thinks because he's a fucking race hustler. He's just as bad as some of them other motherfuckers. But man, let's get into the conversation. Let's read this article and let's kind of get to the underlying thoughts. And I'm going to tell y'all why, personally, I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, it's racism. I don't think so. And, why, but you're entitled to form your own opinions. Drop that in the comments below if you think it was a racist situation. If you think that they just didn't want Meek around, maybe because of what was going on. Let's read the article, and then I'm not gonna read it word for word, but let's see what they're talking about. All right, it says rapper Meek Mill turned away from Cosmopolitan in Vegas. Blast Hotel is racist. Matter of fact, if you are part of the Den Folk, we are supposed to be having the first annual Den meet and greet in Vegas. I need to get those details, but reach out to me if you are interested in going so I can make sure we got the numbers right. But anyway, when rapper Meek Mill showed up at the Cosmopolitan Hotel to support his friend DJ Mustard, he was shocked to be turned away with no reason given. Filmed part of the encounter with the white bouncer who threatened him with trespassing charges. Here's the deal, bouncer says. Here's the deal. That's a line I say all the time. Here's the deal. We're private property. At this time, with the information we have, we're refusing to do business with you. We have the right to do that. Absolutely true. Mill asked for clarification, points out that the bouncer is not merely saying the hotel won't do business with him, but is also threatening to have him arrested. Well, that's what happens when you're trespassing. If they say you're trespassing, then it is what it is. You're telling me that I'm going to be arrested if I don't leave. If I go upstairs and get something to eat, you're telling me that I'm going to be arrested for what? For being a rapper? Okay. So first the accusation was for being a rapper. All right, so does rapper automatically equal racist? We'll see. He left soon after, posted the exchange on Instagram, said the hotel was going to extreme racist level to keep out too many black entertainers and black people. They said they're going to lock me up. Now, first he said it was because you were a rapper. Now, let's get to this point. He went to go see DJ Mustard, who has a lot of stuff looked up. He's got a couple of more sets at the Cosmopolitan. I don't know if today, but I know through June. So, and he's doing, I guess, a couple of shows in Las Vegas, whatever it may be. As far as I know, DJ Mustard is black. As far as I know, DJ Mustard is what you would consider a rapper. Probably plays rap music. I'm not super familiar with him. I just did a brief little look up before, getting on this video. So to say that they're going against all the rappers, that they're going against all of the black folks, doesn't sound legit. I'm sure there's an underlying something to this. But anyway, let's get back to it, right? Some casinos have a bunch of tactics to keep the level of blacks down, but love to take our money. This happens to a lot of black entertainers, not just me. I felt crazy being put out by these white men for no reason. See, this is what happens, man. When you have no other explanation, and this is what makes real cases of racism look weak. Who knows what it was? I don't know how big the entourage was. I don't know what was going down. Meek has had some associations, and I feel like Meek has been railroaded a lot, recently, and some of the other stuff that has happened. But, when you have certain associations, okay, and if you're looking at stuff a certain way, then maybe they don't want certain types or who promote a certain thing in their casino. It could be that, it could be anything, because obviously you have a rapper or somebody who plays primarily rap music doing a show there, which means that you're probably assuming people who like that kind of music would be coming, which I would assume be black, it's gonna be white, it's gonna be Hispanic, but people who like that type of music are gonna be coming through to listen. So why would it be a racism thing? Why would it be a rap thing? Maybe it's just a you thing, and that's what a lot of people don't get. We make these accusations of racism, rapping, this, and this. Sometimes it's just you. Sometimes it's just you that people don't like. And I'm not saying I'm hating on Meek, but I'm just saying I hate when people, the first thing they go to is racism. They didn't let a black guy do something and a white person said it, so it's automatically racism. And that's not always the fucking case. There's a lot of other reasons. Now, if you go and you break down everything else and you cannot justify another reason, then quite possibly that's it. But 9 times out of 10, that's not the case. Anyway, Meek now plans to file a complaint on NBC, given the lack of an apology or any kind of response from the hotel. Mill's lawyer, Joseph Tacopina, sent a letter to Cosmopolitan legal team, come to our attention to your hotel through a security personnel brazenly denied access to Mr. Williams without just cause. In fact, an incident of exclusion was captured on recording and evidence thereby, despite inquiring as the reason for denied access, Mr. Williams offered no explanation whatsoever. And the thing about it, like I said, I'm not going to show the video here. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can catch that. But, you know, it's a lot of this stuff. Motherfuckers use this shit for attention because this is honestly a non-story. Like, why start recording all this? Why post it up to it? Like, I guess you're trying to make people aware of something, but that's not the case. Now, if I just heard a bunch of black people coming out and start saying, hey, yeah, Cosmopolitan didn't let us in, they ain't let us in for this, they ain't let us in for that, they ain't let us in for this, then maybe, you know, you got something. But when you have a black entertainer playing the venue, but you're saying they shutting all the blacks down, a rapper, I'm assuming, because like I said, I'm not familiar with DJ Mustard, but usually DJ something is rap oriented, and I'm sure he makes music that everybody listens to, but again, you know, you got a lot of money if you come in to gamble in the casino. I don't know if that's what he's doing. I don't know if he's still got legal issues going on with Mill. And so I don't know how that works. You know, there's certain situations where you can and can't do when you're on probation or you're on whatever, because I do believe Meek is still on probation, even though he's out of jail. So I don't know about that. Letter also alleges that the hotel maintains a list of African-American recording artists who should be denied for no other reason than their culture and skin color. You know, let's get started on the culture shit. Daily News reached out to try to learn why the rappers turned away. Hotel did not reply. Matter of company policy, we do not comment on legal matters. Our guest safety and security always remains our top priority. So like I said, he could have came with an entourage. He might have been coming super deep, and maybe that's not something they want to do. You know, and if everybody's not coming to gamble, you might be taking up space that could be used for, you know, motherfuckers they want in there to gamble or whatever it is. So a lot of stuff, a lot of factors that could be looked into it. You only see a glimpse of it. You only see a particular angle. It'll be interesting to see maybe from if they have some type of, which I know they do, that they have some type of property, some cameras on property that show maybe how deep the entourage was that came with Meek, and, you know, if anything else was suspicious about that. You know, you only seen it from Meek's perspective. If you're a Meek fan, then obviously you're going to take the bias to that. If you're black and you look at things a certain way, then you're obviously going to go with the racism angle, because it's just something that people like to throw around these days. It's not racism. If somebody wants to deny you access to something, they just don't fuck with you, and that's the problem. And guess what? You got money to go spend it somewhere else if you're finna go gamble. If you're going to support your homeboy, then we'll see what happens if Mustard cancels some upcoming shows because of this incident or whatever's going on. We'll see. But we'll find out what the whole thing is. I'm sure in a couple of days some things will come out, you know, behind this. But again, anything that Sean King is out there promoting, I'm probably automatically taking the opposite stance until proven otherwise. That dude's a fraud. He perpetuates this stuff just so he can make money off niggas, and niggas don't pay attention to how he eating off of them and how many black folks he done bad, but they still love to put Talcum X up on that pedestal. Anyway, you know, says his legal troubles going back more than a decade. Other outlets have reported main players in the proceedings against him first who arrested him on drug and gun charges. Judge has dogged him on technicalities ever since his first conviction, implicating corruption, conflicts of interest, respectively. Last week, top prosecutor in Philadelphia, where Meek is from, and the Valerie ruled that he deserved a new trial with a new judge, alleging bias by the judge who sentenced him. In addition, now retired police officer Reginald Graham, who first arrested Mill in 2007 and investigated by federal authorities over several acts of corruption. According to a 2018 report, which notes his testimony was central in the arrest against Meek Mill. Meek's effort to use experience, visibility, and platform to change justice's practices that keep black men incarcerated out of proportion to their crimes given to the Reform Alliance in January. He started in conjunction with fellow rapper Jay-Z and the owners of a host of professional sports teams to draw more attention to the high rate of not over-the-top incarceration, but post-prison monitoring. I've been on probation since the age of 18. I'm 31 years old. And that's unfortunate. And I feel Meek's shoes and I understand what he's saying. But we're not going to get into the Reform Alliance because we've talked about several things here on the live stream. And again, live every night, 10 p.m. Central. You can always check out what's going on in the den, speak on the topics of the day, and just kind of whatever's going on in the world. You can always call in live. there's so many other ways that, you know, with the reform stuff going on, especially when you got the First Step Act and everything that is doing for people, you know, but there's so many people who are just anti a certain individual that they don't want to work with, they don't want to be seen as work with them because they care more about image than actual progress. And that's really what happens. But that has nothing to do with this. There could be a lot of underlying issues as to why Meek was denied. It could be that he's still under legal situations and maybe the hotel just didn't want anything to do with that because of legal issues. Maybe that list of rappers contains rappers who all have gotten, you know, into legal trouble, and maybe they are trying to avoid that in their hotel. Who knows? Like, to just sit here and automatically say because somebody white denies somebody black something and go straight to racism, which is what a lot of people do, that's not always the case. It may be, like I said, the security may be, okay, here's the thing. Why would security choose to do that? Just all of a sudden, oh, that's just you. We're just shutting you down. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there's some people way up and above their heads that tell them, hey, if these particular characters come around, then, you know, we don't want these type of guys here. We don't want this. And if that's the hotel policy, it is what it is, man. You know, again, I talk about everything ain't for everybody. I'll talk about that on this morning stream, actually. And that applies in many different facets of life, you know. And I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, they may not label me as something like that. But if that's not what it is, guess what? I'm going to take my business elsewhere. I'm going to go somewhere else who is going to embrace me. Go where you're treated best. That's just how shit works, you know. Instead, I guess you can call this, you know, awareness or whatever else it may be. But the fact that DJ Mustard's playing that venue and is going to be playing that venue in the next couple of days, I think he has 2 or 3 more shows there. Obviously, it's not about black entertainers. So, you know, that's a false statement. And, you know, how they holding just black people down if they're willing to take their money, right? So how is that? I don't understand that statement. Like I say, when niggas get emotional, man, they'll just say anything. And so I don't really think that this was a racist act. I don't really believe that. I believe it's just unfortunate and he kind of responded in an emotional way. You know, make sure you got that on tape. If you watch the little video, I'll put the links up there so you can check it on the Instagram or whatever else. But I don't think this was racism. This is me personally. If you disagree or you agree, man, hit that comment section below. Let me know how you feel, why you think it was a racist situation, why you might not think it was racist. I want to know what you ultimately think the outcome of this situation is going to be. But with that being said, hey, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. Make sure you follow on all the proper social medias. Den Show Live on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. denshow@gmail.com if you want to send an email if you got a story you'd like to share. And again, make sure you at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. That's now starting at 10 a.m. Central Time. Make sure you tune in, call in live, share your thoughts. It's a daily thing. So whatever day you catching this, hey, we do this live every day. You know, with that being said, hey, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. It's your boy Ed Honcho, man. I thank you for watching. Again, it's an honor and a privilege. Thank you for watching the video. I'm out. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm go.